Hong Kong Direct is your weekly racing roundup full of news, views, previews, interviews and special guests. And coming up on the show today, it's a Group 1 show as well as we look back on the action from last weekend at Sha Tin. And the Golden Boy was back in action, Golden 60 in the Stewards Cup. It was also the Centenary Sprint Cup in the first leg of the 4-year-old series as well. We'll have Blake Shinn on the line talking about his win on Excellent Proposal. He enjoyed that one, didn't he? And Christophe Soumillon, I'll be weighing in with Christophe. They're riding Savvy 9 to the January Cup victory. Savvy 9 winds up this weekend as well. So plenty to pack into the show. I'm very pleased to say our studio guest this week is Ed Sadler at the touchscreen as well, Ed, to look back on the Group 1 actions and also a fascinating first leg of the 4-year-old series. More questions than answers, maybe?
Absolutely, although I think I might have found the Derby winner, Andrew, but I'll get to that in a moment. Good to be back on the show with you. And, of course, what a meeting it was last Sunday for John Size. He had 3 winners on the day, including 2 of the majors. It all started off in the Centenary Sprint Cup, a race that Size has dominated in recent years, as Hot King Prawn landed his first Group 1 win at his 7th attempt at the top level.
They head for home in the Centenary Sprint Cup. Voyage Warrior leads a length on Computer Patch. Hot King Prawn is produced now and they're 2 in front of Amazing Star. Voyage Warrior half a length on Hot King Prawn, then Computer Patch and Big Party. Hot King Prawn is the leader, 120 to go. He put up a length and a half. Voyage Warrior, Big Party and Regency Legend. It's Hot King Prawn in front. He's now a Group 1 Prawn. Hot King Prawn won it.
He's always been a very easy horse to train. He's never been in any trouble at all. And when he goes to the races, he always gives his best. When Paul Robinson operated on him for the surgery, then it was a case of, will he come back at all, you know? So I think I ran him 10 months after that. He ran well the first day and ran well the second day, and he's run it well ever since.
Yes, he's been an incredibly consistent horse, has Hot King Prawn. He certainly deserved that Group 1 win. Huge run and defeat as well too from Regency Legend on the back of a lengthy absence. On to the Stewards Cup then, and Golden 60, the hero of Hong Kong racing, was trying to make it 12 straight wins. But it wasn't so simple for him. There were a few heart and mouth moments for his legion of fans.
Ying Star leads Mighty Giant. Southern Legend between them. Golden 60 comes to the outside. More Than This is through inside of him. He has to shake the reins at Golden 60 as Ying Star. Southern Legend, Golden 60. He starts to come at them now. Southern Legend leads. Golden 60 trying to collar him. Southern Legend, Golden 60. He has to fight. He fights like a warrior and he wins. Golden 60. Few worrying moments, but he won the Stewards Cup.
The margin might have been a narrow one, but in fairness to Golden 60, he did have excuses. The tempo was slow in the race, while the saddle also slipped on the horse in the home straight.
Saddle slipped back a little bit, I think at 300, but still okay. It's just not as comfortable for me and Golden 60, of course. You know, top athletes, top horses need to, you know, overcome all different kind of circumstances. You know, even something you can't predict. You know, you still always be ready for that.
Golden 60 will now head towards the Hong Kong Gold Cup next month. His first test over 2,000 metres since his heroic Derby triumph. He'll be taking on the likes of Exultant Furore, Columbus County, will all line up in the Centenary Vase this weekend. The action then moved on to the 4-year-olds for the first leg of the Hong Kong Classic Series, the Hong Kong Classic Mile. An Excellent Proposal bounced back to form, claiming his 4th win for the season.
The leader is Lucky Patch. Shadow Hero, hard ridden to his outside to go with him. Then came Maximus. Beauty Joy struggles. Sky Darcy, an excellent proposal, starts to run on down the centre. It's Lucky Patch, Shadow Hero. Excellent proposal down the centre of the racecourse from Sky Darcy. It is excellent proposal right in the middle of the track in front of Lucky Patch. Lucky Express and Tourbillon Diamond. Excellent proposal in front in the Classic Mile for Blake Shinn and wins. Excellent proposal has beaten Lucky Express.
So 1-2 on the race for trainer John Size. His third win in the Hong Kong Classic Mile. The next leg of the Hong Kong Classic Series for the 4-year-olds comes up next month with the Classic Cup. And a horse that I'm going to be following for the Classic Cup and for the Derby, as I mentioned before to Andrew, is Tourbillon Diamond, formerly known in Australia as Eric the Eel. He was quite unlucky in the race as well. As we pick up the vision as they turned for home, you can see at this stage of the race that he was stuck behind Sky Darcy and also Healthy Happy. Gets a bit tight for room there alongside of Lucky Express. By this stage, excellent proposal. Had built up his momentum and was off and gone with the prize, really. It's about now, with 150 metres left to go, the Tourbillon Diamond got into clear galloping room, picked up nicely, got to the line really strongly. He was placed in the Australian Derby over 2,400 metres last year at Randwick, so that form would clearly suggest to you that he will appreciate the step up in distance, and he's been terrific here in his time in Hong Kong. So that's the action from Sunday. Moving on to news that came through earlier this week then, and we had the Longines World's Best Racehorse rankings released. Here's how it looked then from a Hong Kong point of view. Classique Legend, who's now a Hong Kong resident, of course, coming in joint third as best in the world. Gaiath, of course, no surprises there that he was rated the world's best racehorse. And from a purely Hong Kong point of view, Andrew, Golden 60 coming into the top 10 in the world on the back of his Hong Kong Mile triumph. Let's hope they can step up further in the world's best racehorse rankings in 2021.
Great stuff, Ed. And, well, Golden 60, 3 points shy of Able Friend and Beauty Generation at their peak. 127 was their international rating. Let's see if we can get to that sort of level or not. Now, I'm very pleased to say one of the stars we just saw there was Excellent Proposal. And his jockey, Blake Shinn, joins us on the line now. Blake, I'm sure, delighted after that success. He was good on the weekend.
Yes, definitely. I was elated. He was right back to his best form, and fortunately for me, I was able to pick up the ride, and very grateful to John Size, Andrew, for giving me the opportunity, and yeah, just glad the horse put his best foot forward and showed what he can do on the weekend, and it's great to pick up one of the big races in Hong Kong in the Classic Mile.
It's funny how it works, isn't it? Because you'd have been watching, I'm sure, at the start of the season, everyone was talking about him, the 4-year-old series and even the Derby itself, and he looked like the leading candidate at that stage. His first 3 races, he won them all, and then all of a sudden you find yourself on him going to the Classic Mile. Did John approach you, or did you chase the ride when it became available?
Mr. Size texted me about 2 weeks prior to the Classic Mile. It was just out of the blue message. And I tell you, I was really delighted. Although the horse obviously ran a bit below par his first up run, I knew what the horse had to offer. And, yeah, it was just, really sense of excitement when I got the message. And I thought this was an opportunity that, could put me, on the map in Hong Kong, so to speak. And I'm just glad that everything worked out, and hopefully it can keep going forward from here.
And as a jockey used to big race success as well, it looked like it really meant something to you. We saw those shots of you crossing the line, and you're really pumped.
I was, yes. Look, there are a number of reasons. Obviously, we've done a little bit hard in Hong Kong, and good opportunities have been few and far between. Last season, we missed out on a couple of the big ones in the Derby and one of the big sprints on Thanks Forever, and I looked like I was going to win both of those races. And I missed out on International Day this year through suspensions, but probably most likely I wasn't going to get any good rides. So I took that time out to start a suspension, and I feel I can do well in the big races, or in any race really, but it's just a matter of getting the right opportunities. And when I got the chance on Excellent Proposal, I was able to capitalise on that, and it was just fantastic to get the job done.
And of course, you came so close in last year's Derby. There's a lot of water to go under the bridge between now and the end of March, but it'd be nice to put it right this year, wouldn't it?
It sure would, yeah. So I've dreamed of winning Hong Kong Derby for, since I was a little child. I've watched it, ever since I was a little kid, like I say. And, we nearly stole it last year, but got run down by a champion. And, who knows, we might have a big shot this year. It's, like you say, a bit of water to go under the bridge, but I'm on a big chance at the moment.
Absolutely. You will ride in the Classic Cup as well, the 21st of February. Just looking ahead to this weekend, then, Blake, what have you got on the programme? First, four rides you're engaged in. Anything of note there?
Yes, I've got a couple of chances, I feel. I'm riding 2 for David Hayes, which I think, building into form. Donk de Jeurs, a lightly raced 3-year-old whose 2 runs to date have been quite impressive. His last run over 1400 was really good. He hit the line well, steps up to 1600, and I feel he's improved nicely into this run. Cheerful Days is in the race, who looks at, the testing material, but my horse will make his presence felt. And David's got another horse I'm riding, Urban Dancer, which I thought returned to a bit of form last time, coming back to Class 4 and on the dirt. And, he's drawn awkwardly again, but there looks abundance of speed in the race. And, he's knocking on the door, and I think could run a big race again.
Yeah, he certainly showed a little bit of form in the trials early in the season. 50-1, good run for him last time out. Well, good luck then on the weekend with the 4 rides, and I'm sure you'll be counting down the days now to February the 21st. An excellent proposal again in the Classic Cup. Yeah,
sure am. I can't wait for that date, and can't wait to get back aboard him again, Andrew. He's a very exciting horse going forward.
All right, great stuff, Blake. Thanks for your time today. And again, good luck on the weekend. Right, we need to keep moving forward. Still plenty more to get through in part 2 of the show. Ed will come back as well as we look at the feature race on the weekend, which is the Centenary Vase. We've got weighing as well with Christophe Soumillon. That right after the break. Welcome back to Hong Kong Direct. Ed Sadler still with me, looking ahead to Sunday's programme at Sha Tin and the Centenary Vase. Before that, though, we're going to catch up with a man in form with a double on Wednesday night, take his season tally to 9 as well. We're weighing in with Christophe Soumillon.
Hi, I'm jockey Christophe Soumillon from Belgium. I want to become a jockey because my dad was a jump jockey before me, and I used to go a lot of times around the racetracks. And I started pony racing around 7 years old, and I really loved it. And things after each other become better and better. I really love to ride horses from ponies, and then I started racing very early, and I really loved it. My favorite horse will be Zarkava because she was unbeaten with me and probably the best I've ridden.
Zarkava, ce rendez-vous, vous ne l'avez pas manqué. Formidable Zarkava qui va s'imposer dans un arc de triomphe exceptionnel. Zarkava s'impose, Christophe Soumillon.
Winning the Arc and a lot of big races. So yes, she was a really impressive filly, and yeah, she was something different. My best Hong Kong memory will be with Viva Pataka when I won the Hong Kong Derby.
Stanley Ho can get anything he wants, but you can't buy this. You must earn it, and Viva Pataka does. Wins the Derby.
I think that was a great moment, a very strange day with a lot of rain and a crazy race, and finally, yeah, he did it very easily. It was a great memory that day. It's not easy because I like to do sometimes things that nobody does, but on my last memories, maybe last year in France, I was staying last and I did all the outside on a very wet track, I probably did 100 meters more than everybody and I still won the race.
Et Bréauté qui est calé contre la lisse complètement à l'extérieur, qui revient maintenant le plus belle. Bréauté de plus en plus fort avec Ommel qui vient à son intérieur. Bréauté qui triomphe ici. La deuxième place va revenir.
That was in a big handicap race, not the biggest race in the world, but yeah, I will probably say that. But yeah, in one of the biggest races, maybe last year, Dubai World Cup as well. I think Frankie Dettori is probably the person I really inspire myself from. One of the best I've seen before I start riding, and he always motivates me a lot. And I think nobody can really challenge him. He's in a different league. I will say that unfortunately he's retired, but it was probably Olivier Dulilai here in Hong Kong. He was a very funny person, and he's always now, but not in the jockey room anymore. My family now is getting with 3 kids. Charlie, she's 15 years old now, my daughter. I have Mika, he's 13, and my last one, Robin, he's 3 years old, and my wife, Sophie. Be patient, your time will come. I have many famous friends, but I'm not gonna say their names, but the one I can really say, and she's really famous, is my wife. She's probably the most amazing person I've met. She was probably the most beautiful I've saw, and we are together now for already more than 17 years, so it's a great relationship, and we create a beautiful family, so yeah, nothing can be better than that. So I'm probably one of the most luckiest person in the world to have the chance to live my life like it is.
Great stuff there from Christophe. So bring me undone at the end there, Edward. If you get a chance, he was talking about Zarkava. 7 out of 7 she won. He never picked his stick up once in Zarkava. Guineas and Oaks and an Arc. She never got hit once. Absolute freak. We need to keep moving on, though, and we're looking ahead now to Sunday's programme and the Centenary Vase. We have Group 3 contest over the 1,800 metres, headed by last year's winner in Exultant. Fiore, coming out of the Cup on International Day, has beaten Exultant twice this season already. Time Warp, we assume he'll roll forward coming out of the January Cup, as is Harmony Victory. Savvy 9 won that race, ridden by Christophe Soumillon. Wagner Borges takes over here. Singapore, Sling and Caristin, and Glorious Dragon, who's runner-up in this race last year and runner-up in the January Cup at Happy Valley last time out, Ed. But the obvious place to start here, I suppose, is with Exultant's last year's winner. Is he in last year's form, though?
No, I don't think he is, Andrew. I think he's still racing in really honest fashion. He's a very tough horse who always gives it his all, but he's now a 7-year-old. He's yet to win from 3 starts this season. No, I don't feel he's going quite as well, and he's got the top weight to carry, so I think he'll be vulnerable here. OK, all right. Well, Zach Burton, his regular rider, we caught up with him at Track Work this week to get his thoughts heading into the weekend.
Yeah, he's probably not racing at the same level this season as he was last season, of course. But, you know, he's getting older, as they all do get. But he's racing honest. He's still giving everything he's got. You know, it's a race where he gives himself a chance again. And, you know, the other horses have to turn up on the day to be able to beat him. He's still going to run a good, honest race. And if they don't turn up, you know, he could have his day again.
What was your take on his performance in the Vase? Were you surprised that he wanted to over-race as well that day?
Yeah, it's a tendency he had early in his career, and then, you know, he sort of worked things out a little bit and relaxed nicely and put a lot of good performances through. But I did notice at the back end of last season he started to get a little bit aggressive in his races again, and then this season he's sort of carried that through and he's becoming more and more aggressive all the time. So, you know, it could be a sign that he is tired, he is getting a little bit older. You know, horses do things like that for a reason, and, you know, he's clearly hasn't shown us his best form yet this season, but he's a type of horse that could turn it on at any time.
He absolutely could, yeah. Ride him off at your peril, even with that big weight on his back. Having said that, though, Ed, Fiore has beaten him twice this year, and I thought was pretty good. He was out of the money on International Day, but still acquitted himself well.
He did. He finished 5th in the race, and prior to that he won his last 2, including the ladies' purse under handicap conditions over the same course and distance, where he beat Exultant. He's drawn a good gate. He's not as well off at the weights this time around as what he was, but he'll get every chance, and he's clearly one of Hong Kong's best middle distance horses.
Yeah, and he's still getting £5. You say not as much as he was early in the season, but £5 is still £5. Columbus Canny, that was a huge run for him in the Vase on International Day. He was only half a length behind Exultant, depending on what weight Soumillon does, maybe a pound overweight, but he's going to get 13 or 14 pounds off him this time round. Yeah,
it's a huge swing, and Columbus County was getting to the line really well in the Vase, and Casper Founds has been talking up this horse throughout the season. He said that in the next 6 months we'll see the best of him, but even so he really rates this horse very highly. I think the way that he's been going this season in general, he's going to be a big player. He's one that will certainly benefit from the handicap conditions.
Absolutely, you've got to at that sort of mark. Maybe he will be better up sort of Champions and Chater Cup later in the season. What about the format of the Group 3 at Happy Valley, the January Cup, where Savvy 9 finally got his win?
He did. He's run well in a number of races, a number of big races in the past, like the Derby, Andrew. But that was his night to get that first win in Hong Kong at Group 3 level as well, too. I was really taken by what Glorious Dragon did in the race, though, because he was further back in the run. The tempo wasn't that strong. He got to the line really, really well to run second. As you said before, he's got the lightweight. He was runner-up in the race last year, and his trial suggests that he should be right on song for this race on the weekend.
And any race with time warp in, anything could happen. I assume he'll get out and get rolling and see how long he lasts.
I think he'll be in front at the top of the straight, but I don't think he'll be in front after that, Andrew. He'll go forward, he'll set the pace, but I think it's fair to say that Time Warp's best days are behind him, as good as those best days were.
Absolutely. All right, so Glorious Dragon to go one better for you this year?
Yeah, I think this is his opportunity. He was second to Exultant last year, but Exultant's not quite as good this year, and I think Glorious Dragon gets his opportunity to get a feature race win here.
Great stuff. All right, Ed, let's have a look at the diary, what's happening this weekend and beyond. The Centenary Vase is our feature race, and it comes up as race number 7 on the programme at 4:05. Happy Valley then midweek, and then return to Sha Tin again on Sunday. And the weekend after that is our Chinese New Year meeting, which will be Christophe Soumillon's final meeting here in Hong Kong as well. So he's only got 3 more to go because he's got a suspension in between. Great work as always, Ed, and we'll see you again. Enjoy the action on the weekend. We'll catch up again soon.
Thank you for that, Andrew. And Andrew, don't worry, you're the most famous person I've got in my phone contacts.
Excellent. Thank you for that. Doesn't say much about the rest of them. All right, that's the show. We're going to finish this week with a Centenary Vase from 2015, and fresh from success in the previous year's Derby. Designs on Rome flashed down the outside to grab victory. Just a short head was the margin under Joe Moreira. Enjoy this. We'll see you again on Sunday. Bring all the action from Hong Kong directly.
Coming up to the corner, Kaya's going to straighten in front. Turns clear from Bubble Chic. Dominant peels out, ready to strike. Endowing, Designs on Rome and Willie Cazales. It's Kaya in front. Dominant looms up, gets level. Then Endowing, Designs on Rome and Willie Cazales right down the middle. But Dominant takes a slender lead from Kaya. Helene Superstar. Designs on Rome is gradually whirring at them with Packing Claragib. Dominant in front. Designs on Rome. Packing Claragib's bursting through. Designs on Rome. He's a great horse, Designs on Rome. He knows where the pace is and got his head down to win it.